Ethan just dragged himself from bed to the bathroom when the doorbell rang. At first he thought to ignore it, but the ringing didn't stop, so he went downstairs to check it out. It was Dan. As sleepy as he felt a minute ago, he was suddenly wide awake. They haven't spoken since his sister's prank, so he suspected that it might be a bit awkward. He opened the door with a, "Hey, Dan. Long time no see. Did you just wake up?" asked Dan. "Yes. What gave it away?" asked Ethan. Dan just pointed to his hair, which made Ethan look into the mirror on the wall. It was indeed a good case of bed hair that greeted him in the mirror. "Come inside. You want a soda?" Ethan offered. "Sure, thanks," replied Dan, who dumped his backpack on the couch and followed Ethan to the kitchen. They sat at the kitchen counter drinking their sodas in dead silence. Ethan's mind was scrambling for something to say, but he could only think of things that would upset Dan. Halloween things and red slime things. At last Dan broke the silence with, "So what have you been up to?" "The usual stuff, movies, games, you know. And yourself?" Ethan said as he yawned a last wake-up yawn. "Yeah, same, sleeping late and stuff." Dan sounded like he stopped mid-sentence. "Actually, I came to apologize," he said. "What for?" asked Ethan. "My sister's prank and my childish response," replied Dan. "Long forgotten, brah," Ethan fibbed, "but thanks anyway." "Apology accepted. Do you want to play some games?" "That would be cool. I have to be home in an hour, so let's make it a quick one," Dan confirmed as they walked back to the lounge. They sat on the chairs in front of the TV, each grabbing a controller to start the game. After they've played for about half an hour, Dan said that he should be going. He got up and grabbed his bag from the couch, when he froze as if someone poured a bucket of ice water over him. "What's wrong, Dan?" asked Ethan, walking towards him. "Oh no," exclaimed Ethan when he saw the mess on the leather couch. "I am so sorry, Ethan. I clean forgot that I bought a tub of ice cream to give to you as an apology and it melted in my bag. The lid must have come off. OMW, what are we going to do?" Dan replied almost hysterically. "Calm down, dude. I am sure we can make a plan." Ethan tried to save the day whilst looking for his phone. Ethan Googled how to clean a leather couch, while Dan got towels from the kitchen and started to dab the wet mess with it. "Don't rub it," warned Ethan. "They say here, just to dab. Apparently we can't use water on the leather, so we need something called dry foam, and leather polish or wax." Ethan went to the cupboard in the laundry to see if they had anything like that, but he couldn't find anything. "Dan, I think it will be okay. You should get home before you were in trouble. I will call my mother and tell her to get some of that foam and wax stuff on her way home. It was just an accident, don't worry." Ethan tried to console a very upset Dan. "I don't know what to say or do, Ethan. I am so sorry." Dan apologized again. "I will ask my mother to call yours to talk about damages to be paid." Ethan gave Dan a fist bump as he walked back home and went inside to call his mother. He was very nervous to make the phone call and was so happy when his mother didn't answer. He decided to leave a voice note explaining everything that would give her time to work on her reaction too. About 20 minutes later, his mother sent him a message asking for pictures of the damage. This concerned Ethan, as usually his mother calls. This made him suspect that she was angry and didn't want to talk. Ethan sent the pictures and some screenshots of the stuff he saw on Google. The 45 minutes he had to wait for his mother to come home felt like an eternity. In the meantime, Dan sent him a message saying he told his mom and that she was going to call Ethan's mother. When Ethan heard his mother's car turn into the driveway, he didn't even wait for her to come in, but ran outside. He started apologizing as if it was his fault, but his mom interrupted him. "Calm down, Ethan. I am not upset. I called the insurance company, and we can claim for the damage. There is a co-payment, but Dan's mother will cover it. Everything will be okay. Don't worry." Ethan was so relieved that he hugged his mother as if she was going away for a long time. Mom just smiled and savored the moment, as she missed his hugs, which were very scarce lately. Ethan went inside and called Dan to tell him the whole story. He could hear that Dan was also relieved but was still apologizing all the way. "Dan, I must say, a spoonful of that ice cream would have tasted very nice round about now. laughed Ethan. Don't joke, Ethan. It's too soon. Dan laughed.